Your foundation is perfect. Your cuts are reinforced, but your roof is already a time bomb. 6 months from now, the most expensive mistake in your build will be eating your home alive. I'm going to show you the one simple roof mistake that guarantees your container will rust in 6 months. This isn't a cosmetic problem. This is a structural cancer that starts on day one. It's the lie that cheap contractors and welders sell you to win your business, and it will cost you thousands to fix.
The mistake is believing that a thick coat of white elastomeric roof paint is a permanent solution. It is not. It is a temporary cosmetic fix, and it's destined to fail. The lie is that you can apply this coating directly over the container's original paint or a freshly ground weld. Here's the engineering reality. The original paint on a container is an incredibly durable, baked-on industrial coating. But the moment you weld on that roof, you create a raw wound in that armor. The area around the weld is now bare, vulnerable steel. The amateur, or the cheap welder, simply paints over this wound. But the elastomeric coating doesn't fuse with the metal. It's just a flexible, rubbery sheet sitting on top. As the roof expands and contracts with the heat of the sun, this coating will pull away, creating microscopic cracks, especially at the highest stress points, the weld seams. Water gets under the coating, gets trapped, and the rest begins to eat your roof from the underneath.
The golden rule of a lifetime roof is this: surface preparation is more important than the final coating. You don't just cover the wound, you build new armor. The professional, non-negotiable process has 3 steps. First, you must use an angle grinder to take every weld and any damaged area down to clean, bare metal. Second, you treat that bare metal with a high-quality, rust-inhibiting metal primer or a rust converter. This is the step that chemically bonds to the steel and creates the real waterproof barrier. Only after the primer has fully cured do you apply the final top coats of elastomeric paint. This ensures the top coat is bonding to a stable, protected surface, not to raw steel. For the ultimate solution, you eliminate the problem of standing water entirely by building a slightly sloped secondary roof structure over the container, ensuring water never pools in the first place.
This brings us to the trap. Why do welders and cheap contractors hide this? Because proper prep work is time. It takes hours of tedious, dirty work to grind, clean, and prime the roof correctly. That's time they don't want to spend and that you don't want to pay for. They win your business by giving you a lower quote. They skip the prep, roll on a thick coat of cheap paint that looks great on the day they hand you the bill, and walk away. They know it will fail, but by the time the rust starts bubbling through 6 months or a year later, they're long gone. You saved a few $100s on their labor, and now you're facing a multi-$1,000 bill to strip the roof and do the job right.
If you want to make sure your structural cuts don't collapse your home, watch our previous video on the single biggest cutting mistake, linked here.